If I learned anything from my time working as a waiter magician, is that it's all about tips and tricks. So today I'm going to share some of what I've learned on the guitar with you to hopefully make you seem like less of a poser, but also while being even more of a poser all along. So just a few quick tips and tricks that I think will increase your efficiency, and it's the stuff that I've always found myself doing live, right? So first of all, let's go to the C major chord, all right? Guess what? Total posers and beginners, noobs, play C major like this with your ring finger on the C on the A string and your middle finger on 2D and your pointer finger on 1B. Guess what? Champions, tipsters and tricksters, play C like this. This isn't even the tip or the trick, right? Getting your ring finger, get that C/G chord, right? Get a little bit of extra heft to that C chord for what you're doing. And then guess what, right? In the key of G, the people's key, the three major chords are G, C, and D. Look at that switch right there. Going from this hefty C chord to this puny D chord, no. Boom, tip number one. Right there. This is your new D major chord, okay? So, technically, we're actually adding a couple notes that aren't in this chord, specifically an open G string and an open E string. But it is essentially a substitution for a D major chord, and it has all the good stuff about the D major triad, but we're adding something that makes it even prettier, and it's easier to get to, okay? So for example, maybe I'm going to play something like G to a C to a D with the tip. You can even get that. Those slides in. Telling you, it's awesome. Ever since I learned this, I've never played this sad, pathetic D major triad again. It's all gravy, baby, right here. Okay, so that's just tip and trick number one. Number two, right? If you play a lot of live music and stuff, sometimes you'll be at these gigs that there are so many songs that you have to learn, that you have to memorize. So you kind of have to pay attention most of the time. But to break it up, sometimes I daydream, and then I forget where I am in the song. Here is a tried and true tip that I have honed and become actually very good at. So let's say we'll do the chord progressions are going to be G major again to maybe E minor to C, right? Let's say I forgot that E minor was the second chord. I'm on the G, I'm being distracted by something, and I forget where I am in the song, and I go to that spot where I can't remember the chord in real time. Guess what I do? Do I stop and be like, crap, what was that? E minor! No, that's a rookie move. That's pathetic. People laugh at you. You look unprofessional. Here's what you do. You play it. At this moment right now, I've just realized that I forgot what the next chord is. Guess what I do? What was it? E minor. There it is. Now I'm on track. Get to that chord. I've just bought myself time doing it, okay? So, if you ever find yourself in a position where you can't remember what you're supposed to play, that's when percussive muting is your best friend, right? Maybe you can even, if you're in the right key, you have a couple of, like if you're staying within one key, you only have so many options of what it could be. So I've done it a lot of times where I'll take a stab at what I think the chord might be, but it'll start as kind of like a muted percussive thing, just enough to let me know if that's wrong or right, but not let the audience know if it's wrong or right, and then just really kind of just ride that mute home until you get to the next thing, right? You never want to just stop playing. That's the worst thing you could do. Just keep playing percussively muted. Hold the string still so they don't make any noise. And that's what we got going on there. The next trick that I have is with a wave of my hand. I'm going to make the masterclass I did with my man Ian Stitch on how to jam with another guitarist on Super Sale for the next 5 days. I just did it just like that. You can check it out in the description below by clicking that link, right? Now, the tip after that is going to be... This is going to be maybe an easier way to transition from minor chords to major chords, right? So in any key, there are 3 major chords and 3 minor chords, all right? Let's stick in the people's key for right now, all right? So we've got G major is the 1 chord, A minor is the 2 chord, B minor is the 3 chord. All right, so this is the chord I want to focus on right now. All right, we got this one right here, B minor to G major. Super popular song, Wild Horses by Rolling Stones, starts off this way, right? Just B minor to G major. You know, all right, whatever. With just the move of one single finger, pointer finger, you can keep everything else in the hand position just like there, and then just move from minor to major, technically making a major 7. So you're actually kind of improving the song, if you ask me anyway. So we got the minor chord, the 3 chord to the 1 chord. Always works on the 3 chord to the 1 chord. All right. Now another thing that you can really do this anywhere, honestly. Like let's take this same ideology, but play it on the 2 chord in this key, right? Again, this is also still sounding like Wild Horses. I can't get that out of my head right now, but this is what this is. And we're gonna go same here, the A minor, which is the 2 chord in the key of G, to an F major 7. Well, that's actually kind of an interesting chord to work on because that chord isn't in the key, but we can see this as a flat 7, major 7, which I think has actually like a really cool sound that you can use, right? So the other minor chord in the key of G is the 6th chord. We can go backwards from G, G, F sharp, E, right? Let's look at that E, 7th fret. If we do the same thing there, look where that takes us. That takes us right to the 8th fret, which is a C, major 7, right? So just by doing this one move, we actually kind of unlock a couple different areas where we could go from the 3 chord home into major 7, or the 6 chord to the 4 chord, right? So just these kind of like little things that I think are, you know, over the long haul, just kind of make things a little bit more efficient and also kind of give a little bit of a flavor maybe to what you're doing. Speaking of minor 7 chords, this goes to the next tip and trick. This is something that I never pass the opportunity to do, right? Let's say we've got a D minor chord, all right? Same chord voicing as we were just using. So root note is a D on the A string, 5A, ring finger pinky, 7D, 7G, middle finger 6B, right there. D minor 7, all you gotta do is you gotta pick up your pinky, right? It's getting better. D minor, rookie, D minor 7. All right, I see you kind of know a little bit what's going on. This right here. The hammer-on, the minor 7 hammer-on, where you get both of them down at the same time. So right now I'm just holding the 5th fret, and then I'm hitting the strings, and then my middle finger and my ring finger are just coming down at the same time, hammering on the respective strings, attacking like a great magician waiter would do when they see that their table's out of water. Just pouncing, right? At the first sign. Every single minor chord I ever play kind of starts out this way. In fact, if you want to get crazy, we can combine tips and tricks. This one. So you got the hammer on the B minor. To the C to the D, right? Hammer on B minor to the 1 chord. To the C to the D. What's that first one? There we go. Home. That last one is going to be the last tip and trick for the day, okay? No matter where you end a song, usually you end it home on the 1 chord, right? As you can already see, a lot of these tips and tricks are just ways for me to play major 7 chords over essentially all the chords. So let's say I'm going to end a song. We'll just make up a new one, something in the key of D major, right? I've got D major, G to A7 to D. Okay? So sometimes if you end maybe like the part of the song that has lyrics over it with the 1 chord instead of just like a go back to the 5 chord and end home, if you have to stay home for a little bit, it's almost kind of anticlimactic just to end it with a single strum after you've already played a bar of that home chord. So a really easy thing you can do is just take whatever chord you have, raise it a half step, which is never in the key, by the way, But if you're just sitting there for a second before the end of the song, it sounds really good. So I'll do the whole thing again. D major. And it's always just kind of like a fitting way to maybe just add a little something extra in there. So we got a lot of stuff. Recap. C major. You ever play C to D? I better not catch you playing this. Again, this is for ukulele players, right? It's not even a D on there, it's a G. You're embarrassing yourself. There's your guy. There she is. C to D, right? We've got that. We've got the percussive stuff when you forget what you're doing. We've got the master class on sale. We've got the little minor chord to its major chord that could be like a partner chord depending on where you sit in the key. We've got those minor 7 hammer on, hot fire, and then of course the half step shuffle, as I like to call it. So hopefully you learned a lot. I have had a great time rocking out this Taylor Grand Pacific 517E. It sounds so good, right? Like, oh, crisp. It's another tip. Buy a Taylor, because they're just the best. So check those out. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website. I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.